All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with task 2, peer reviews. Would you guys like me to go ahead and start with mine?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. All right, so let me go.
Are we going to read both or just one?
Do you want to just do one?
Because we might run out of time.
Let's just do one, and we can kind of hit the points of it, so that way we can kind of all get through.
That sounds great. Okay, so Chelsea, I'll do yours if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay. On the content, Chelsea, you expressed your knowledge of how to interpret data to find gaps and trends. You and your PLC were able to use the data breakdown to break down the South Carolina Ready Assessment and the MAPS assessment. The candidate was able to logically explain the data after it was interpreted into looking at the disparities between male and female efficiency as it relates to achievement. The candidate worked as an instructional coach candidate's work as an instructional coach is evident in her analysis of the data. The rubric strength, the candidate would earn an accomplished score as she was effectively able to analyze the data and work with her PLC to formulate a preliminary action plan to assist lower performing students in reading in grades 7 and 8. Rubric weakness, perhaps the candidate could have elaborated further on what the South Carolina Ready Assessment and MAPS assessments are and how students are evaluated. I did put in there, will you select a specific grade level to work with as you move into implementation phase, and will use other data to streamline your groups. The leadership, the candidate demonstrates leadership in her role as an instructional coach. As it relates to the task, it is evident. Oh, what happened here? I'm sorry. It is evident that the candidate initiates and facilitates the PLC meetings using her knowledge and background to drive the meeting. Mechanics and grammar, you use professional language. Narrative was well written with strong structure and organization. There were few, if any, errors in grammar and spelling, and the candidate followed the required format. I thought your figures were very well described. Organization, all headings and subheadings were clearly presented. Candidate writes in a professional manner. The narrative is clearly written in sentences or logical and cohesive. The candidate is proficient using APA format, citations with strong organization, and your charts, tables, and graphs were outstanding. So, that was for Chelsea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'll go next. I'm gonna do Christina's content. The candidate covered all content in task 2 professionally. The candidate showed great leadership in her narrative throughout her research and her ability to disseminate the finding to her PLCs. Rubric strength, the candidates thoroughly went over test results and clearly presented those results to the readers like myself in her PLC. I absolutely adored the last sentence in the most pressing needs section. As a team, we recognized that the results from these assessments were also struggles that were observed in our classroom each day. While discussing testing data, the candidate took us to figures in her appendix for our viewing. This was very helpful, especially for individuals who may not be familiar with the noted assessments like myself. Weaknesses, I said double check the spacing under task 2, the print that was already there. I do not believe those areas should be double spaced.
Right.
I said I see where the candidate made reference to the North Carolina end of grade as EOG. Place EOG behind the first listing of North Carolina end of course grade test. I put where to locate that at. I said add a comma after EOG and 5th grade students in your data selection section. And then I said the area where you had like NC.508.2, I said maybe place a semicolon between 2 and right, also between NC5 and MD5. This will allow readers to read it more smoothly. I said double check the use of bullets. I'm not sure how we're supposed to write those in the APA guidelines. I'm not sure because I use them this time, but okay. The candidate, leadership, the candidate showed many areas of leadership from her data collection to presenting her findings to the PLC. I love how the candidate sat down with her administrator to go over the data before presenting the data to her PLC. Mechanics and grammar, I just said the same thing as above, add a comma between EOG and 5th grade grade students. The criteria processing section after it was determined by, I started getting confused in the area where you started using the NC.5.2. Again, maybe use the use of semicolons may help.
Clarify.
Organizations, the candidate's narrative is professionally written, structured, and planned. Headings and subheadings are clearly presented, and the evidence is easily located. I said APA formatting. It looks great. Check your in-text bullet citations, single-space items that were already in place by the professors. And that was all.
Thank you, Amber.
I'll go. I did Michelle and Chelsea, but since she read yours, Chelsea, I'll do Michelle's. And I think some of the stuff I put, you went back and fixed. So if you did, just don't think it. Let's see. Content. I said the task is somewhat aligned with the course content. It was missing the data section in prompt 2, but I thought that you went back and did that. That would be beneficial for the reader when discussing the number of seniors applying for scholarships throughout the years. Rubric strength, the candidate shows leadership when leading the PLC. It seems as though she previously researched numbers regarding senior scholarship applicants before the meeting. This is a great thing because it allows the candidate to lead the meeting and bring background knowledge to the members. The rubric weakness was about the data in prompt 2. But like I said, you went ahead and uploaded that, so that's good. Leadership, the candidate does show leadership abilities when researching and leading the PLC to make decisions regarding the most pressing need within the school. Mechanics and grammar, the narrative is overall well written and written professionally. Make sure to use third person and check the tense of a few words throughout. I think I noted like happened instead of happened. Organization, the paper is laid out in a structure that is logical. See rubric weakness regarding the data section. This would help the reader understand a bit more about the decrease of students applying for scholarships this year. And APA formatting, I didn't see any text citations, but you could have easily added those in when you went back and made some changes. So good job.
I think we're gonna run out of time, but I'll go. I'm sorry, say it again. I'm getting a bad connection.
Me too.
Yeah, me
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
You think we should? I think we're gonna run out of time. Do we need to like do another meeting?
I don't think we need to. I think he just wants to make sure we're meeting. So I feel like long as he see us face on it, he's not gonna watch the whole thing probably. So I think we'll be okay if we email him.
I'll let him know too. Do you think I should let him know what I did?
Now, did it prompt you for more time? Because you remember Chelsea gave us more time.
Yeah, I'm gonna see
It
if it
didn't.
less than a minute.
Let's see what it does.
Okay. I am so sorry, you guys. I knew I was gonna screw this up.
Good.
Hey, I couldn't even get it to record. I recorded on my phone, so no judgment here.
Like, keep saying less than a minute. Do you want to just go ahead and go, Chels, and see what happens?